Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Skater D.
Hey, I'm John Charles Meyer, producer of Dave Made a Maze.
Hey, what's up? This is Scott Ladotti, author of Play the Devil, and you are listening to Luch Dog.
Luch Dog.
Luch Dog.
This is Andy Cruz from SiriusXM 415, and you're listening to Luch Dog in the morning.
The #1 sports show on the planet. Yeah, boy.
Welcome back, folks. It is Luch Dog in the morning. Excited to get going with you guys on a brand new Wednesday. Giddy up! So, welcome to the show, my wonderful friends. Good morning. How are you? Hopefully the coffee is flowing strong, tasting good. Matty Potts from the Santa Monica newsroom. Hello, my friend.
Greetings and salutations. My coffee tastes like garbage.
What is that, an espresso? Come on, man. All that money?
I ran out of coffee pods, so I actually had to go down to the 7-Eleven next door to my building this morning and get some garbage coffee, and I'm just super grumpy now.
We could talk about the horrible, horrible things you have to do when you run out of creamer, when you get out of coffee, you waddle to the store in your underwear. It's tough. Belly, Matt LaBelle. Welcome, my friend.
Technical difficulties. No
Not
worries.
technical difficulties, just technical interestingness.
Yeah.
Good
It's
morning.
Always popping up.
How are you?
That's fine. I'm great. Good to be here. I would say drink your coffee black.
You don't do coffee at all, which is kind of annoying to me.
I do drink coffee, just only in diners and with comedians.
Or in cars.
In cars.
That is on Netflix lately. Have you guys seen any of that comedians in cars drinking coffee?
Yeah, I've been watching. It's great.
Jerry Seinfeld. I actually find Jerry Seinfeld to be a little bit corny in that. Not that he isn't always, but
Yeah.
his corniness is usually like you steer into it. We talk about steering into it a lot on this show behind the scenes. If we do something wrong, we steer into it instead of saying, oh no. You just steer right into it and make it funny.
Yep.
Right.
For example, I just played, a clip of Belly talking as I introduced him from a previous show. That doesn't work, but you don't freak out.
That was not the plan.
That was not the plan, clearly.
I also figured out I probably don't have to play the radio intro anymore.
No,
I can play
you
the
can
Luch
play
Dog in the morning.
Yeah, you can play
intro.
the cursing one. We're done with Sports 106.1. Boy, does that feel good. Nothing against them, but Potts, how good do you feel?
Really good.
Luch Dog in the morning.
Yeah, no, I mean, I obviously wasn't feeling it, so it's good to just have our own show with no rules, and we can do whatever we want. I'm down with that.
It just felt like we were wearing a leash. We couldn't do anything fun like this. Oh, man, we did a new marinade ad for you.
Oh, really?
We
Yeah,
semi
but
did.
it's
Am
your
I gonna get
choice.
to hear it?
You get to choose now, because here's the backstory. We have the one with this girl talking. You obviously know who we're talking about.
Marinate Restaurant puts a unique
you know,
twist
she
on
sounds
fast
great.
casual dining.
I picked that one.
Yeah, I know you do. But unfortunately, she just did that as a joke and was just kind of having fun with me. It's a friend of mine who was over here and really doesn't enjoy doing it. And I'm not going to force her to do anything she doesn't want to do. I felt bad when she was like, yeah, do you mind maybe like, can you?
It's not dollar tacos anymore.
Well,
We need
the
a new
problem
ad.
is she said something that isn't accurate. It's don't forget dollar tacos on Taco Tuesdays. And that's not true. Potts, what is it now?
Well, I mean, yeah, we just changed it the new year. It's buy one, get one free.
So I
on
asked her to
Tuesday.
fix up that one line, and she just really wasn't feeling it. And I said, that is okay. I am not here to, I just thought it would be
It's not
cool.
okay. She needs to get on the horse, ride that pony.
Yeah.
Okay, well
Yeah.
said. So what we
I
did is we
agree.
came up with 2 different versions for you to fix that one line, and we will have you choose. So here you go. Here's version number 1.
Marinate Restaurant puts a unique twist on fast casual dining by starting with only the freshest ingredients to slow cook delicious melodies of tastes and colors that are sure to delight your senses. Whether you're craving the Chipotle pulled pork sliders, honey basil chicken tacos, or the infamous kitchen sink wrap, Marinate has something for everybody with tons of vegetarian options too. It's the perfect choice of catering for your offices or events with fast and friendly service from a brand new store on Melrose and Wester. Stop by today, or you can order online at marinateyourlife.com.
Don't forget Taco Tuesdays, buy one get one free all damn day.
Taco Tacos, wraps, sliders, and sides. Slow cooked to perfection at Marinate Restaurant.
The other one's gonna win.
Marinate your life.
I know the other one's gonna win. What do we think? Out of a scale of 1 to 10.
I mean, I didn't hear any difference. What was different about that? What did you change from the
You didn't
original
hear
commercial?
Belly's beautiful voice?
You didn't hear my beautiful voice?
No, he sounded. Was that Belly? It just sounded just like her. I couldn't tell.
There we go.
Wow,
Sorry,
Belly.
silky smoothness and the silky smoothness.
Just snuck him in there.
Yeah, you totally snuck him in. I was just like seduced by that voice, that silky voice.
Or we could go with this one where we had somebody from. We can't say we had somebody from Disney come in and do this for us. We'll just have you imply that on your own.
Marinate Restaurant puts a unique twist on fast casual dining by starting with only the freshest ingredients.
We'll just hammer your ad this whole show.
Delicious melodies of taste and colors that are sure to
Marinate
Yeah,
is so
no,
hot.
I can't skip ahead. So here we go.
Western
Just
and
enjoy.
Melrose.
Chipotle pulled
Here you go.
pork sliders, honey basil chicken tacos, or the infamous kitchen sink wrap. Marinate has something for everybody with tons of vegetarian options too. It's the perfect choice of catering for your offices or events with fast and friendly service from a brand new store on Melrose and Western. Stop by today or you can order online at marinateyourlife.com.
Yay for Taco Tuesday! Don't forget, buy one, get one free. All damn day!
Tacos, wraps, sliders, and sides. Slow cooked to perfection at Marinate Restaurant. marinateyourlife.com.
Pots 1 or 2. Oh my God, that's good.
He says keep it silky smooth.
You
Yeah,
didn't
I think we're gonna have to go with option number 1 just because.
Can I get the dry
option
cut
number
of that?
two
Oh damn day!
Oh damn day!
God, that was. We were just having some fun, obviously, in the studio
thank
this
you
morning.
for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, we wanted it to be accurate. We also mentioned, remember, if you go out to his restaurant, Marinate, on the corner of what? Western and Melrose, just say the word One Wheel and you get 15% off. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's
One
get
Wheel.
into
Bring it
a
in.
show. We've got a big one to do today. Thank you for everybody who's watching on the live stream. We appreciate you guys. YouTube channel TTR Studios. And, of course, you're listening on iTunes. You can download us anywhere you want. It's Luch Dog in the morning. You already know that. We've got to get to ghosting. We've got breakup sex, but not the way you'd think. TP on a roll. The best ending in football. I mean, I got a lot to do today. Where do you guys want to start? Any takers?
Well, do we want to get the football thing over with?
We don't
Did
have
you
to.
even see
God, man, it's the best ending in sports. You can't even talk about that.
Let's hear it. What is the best ending in sports?
Did you not see
Luch?
the
Let's hear
Vikings
it.
ending? Did you see it?
The Vikings are
I
winning
mean,
the
I
Super
saw it
Bowl.
like on Sports Center.
Dude, it was just incredible. I want to know what you would think if you're Drew Brees and you do everything to get your team back in a comeback victory formation with 25 seconds left on the clock. And simply because of a whiff tackle, you now may never go to another Super Bowl again.
Yeah, it's not a good look for the Saints.
Not
right now.
at all. And
I
I
mean,
mean,
that's life.
Yep.
no, but I mean, how are you not able to put yourself in those shoes? These people work every single day. It's like you start your restaurant out there. You work every day. You don't take days off, right? You work 7 days a week. You bust your
Right.
butt over it, and all of a sudden, because one 15-year-old employee that you just hired this year, he forgot to look at one thing, and you guys lose your entire licensing. Like, what? What? It's a tragedy what just happened to the Saints.
It's the.
But it's not. They can always come back next year. They didn't lose their
I mean, how old is Drew
it's-
Brees, dude? It's not like he's getting any younger.
No.
And I doubt you're going to keep Kamara and Ingram together for that much longer.
Yeah, you've got at least 2 more years of that.
I
That's
just
fine.
can't
You
believe
probably
you
only
can't
got 2
find
more
any.
years of Drew Brees.
How can you not find any interest in the most incredible ending? Did you watch it? I mean, I guess you weren't watching it
I mean,
live.
I saw the replay. It was
well,
good.
what was funny about it is Belly and I were sitting here talking, and I said, Belly, the Vikings left way too much time on the clock. Drew Brees, a minute and a half, he's going down to the 25-yard line. They're going to kick a field goal, and they're going to win.
Yeah.
That's
He
what I
was
said.
All in on the Saints winning.
30 seconds left. They kicked the field goal, and I said to Belly, man, sometimes it's just so hard being right all the time. Like, I don't really know how to handle it. Sometimes it's just kind of tough.
I mean, the odds were 99% in the favor of the Saints winning that game at
Right.
that point.
And he looks at me and he goes, dude, you never know. And I said, no, this is on lockdown. It goes down to the last play. I said, man, it's just tough being right all the time. And he goes, dude, they still could get a Hail Mary. And I said, get out of town. And then they called hike. The pass goes in the air. And Belly's hands are just straight in the air. Oh, my God! Oh, my God! I mean, did you guys see Hansen is who does Red Zone? Jim Hansen? Not Jim Hansen.
No, Chris. No, it's not Chris Hansen from Dateline NBC.
Jesus, this is bad.
Well,
did you see his reaction?
No.
But where
I saw
the guy's
Joe- I heard
voice
Joe
started
Buck's
like
reaction.
squealing and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
I'm gonna play it for you. Go ahead, Billy.
But
Scott
basically,
Hansen.
what happened at the end of the game was Diggs catches that pass, a defensive player lowers his head, misses the tackle, and touchdown.
He's to the 20. He's to the 25, 30, 35, 40. He's down the sideline, 50. I think he's going to go. He's to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown.
What are we playing? Is that
I'm
the
just
actual-
playing random
Are you just
stuff.
playing random stuff?
I didn't play any of that.
That's awesome.
That could easily be from that game.
That sounds exactly like it was. Joe Buck.
Here you go.
No, we'll see. No.
This is Scott Hansen, NFL Red Zone, doing his thing. They're just watching the game right now.
They're being fans.
Oh, come on! Get out!
That's bad.
That's
He's
someone
still going.
watching.
Hold on.
I don't believe that!
We're sorry to
One
all
more.
the ears bleeding
One
out
more.
there.
Was that the greatest? Was that the greatest finish in playoff history, divisional weekend history?
They're just freaking out around the table. That's the only reason I wanted to bring it up. We don't want to talk like shove sports down your throat. But God, if we can't figure out a way to talk about that Vikings
And
ending,
find
we
The
don't
the
belong
one,
on air.
the one where they with the ESPN Deportes, that announcement was really great. And then I actually heard one on Stern. They were broadcasting the game in Russia, and in Russia, the guys are speaking Russian. Their voice doesn't change at all. And they're like, bloop, 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 and like they're going
No
through,
excitement.
and the guy scores. Their voice doesn't change at all. It's
My
hilarious. It's like the most
That is
monotone
funny.
broadcasting ever.
That's really funny.
I'm trying to find.
When I heard the Deportes one, that was my favorite one for sure. When they were playing all the different ones.
Oh, Belly definitely said this one's the best. It's true.
There's so much excitement. It's like this is why I
Right.
enjoy soccer. It's the announcers.
Well, people talk about that as far as like announcers in the booth go, and people were all talking about how it's so much fun to listen to the live call when things like this happen from the hometown station, the podunk station, the little station that is a bunch of homers. You want your home station to be a homer. Like you want that when you're listening to the game.
Saints one is.
What's that?
depressing. That Saints one.
The Saints one is really depressing. Did you hear that one, Potts? I mean,
No.
they're just like, oh, that just happened. It's over. Are you kidding me?
Oh, he's going.
He's gonna win.
He's gonna score.
That's
he didn't
terrible.
step out. of bounds.
It's so funny. So
And
that's
the
all.
Saints are gonna lose this game.
That was just really, really a fun Sunday. You talk about it, somebody who's been down on the NFL. It's been me. I have not been excited about it all season long, really since about week 7 when I realized the Redskins suck and Kirk Cousins is gone. Probably end up in Jacksonville or Denver or wherever the hell. And then
Oh, he's watching.
what is he doing? You watching TV?
Sorry, I was trying to queue up some more of those reactions.
Oh,
My
okay,
bad.
no worries. But yeah, I started losing interest, and then I haven't even really I've been planning dates.
He wasn't even
for-
watching the game when I got back.
No, false. I was taping it. I was watching something and taping
that's
it
right.
because if you can fast forward through the commercials of a football game, man, now you're living the dream. Really, I mean, Red Zone has ruined it for me because I'm so used to having no commercials. So now I'll wait about an hour, let it record, and then I'll just mow through. Definitely the way to go with basketball games for sure. That is a really good way to do it if you cannot look at your phone. But Billy came home and he's like, dude, the game is on. I was like, yeah, no, I'm watching. Hold on, I'll get there. But how good were those games on Sunday? You had the Jacksonville Jaguars with the Steelers. That was a very good game, 87 points total.
Yeah.
And that was the second best game. So
And
everybody.
if the Steelers didn't go for it on 4th down twice, they would have won the game instead of just kick the field goal.
Now, I would like to do. We only have a couple minutes before our first break, so shall we intro? We're going to get to ghosting. We're going to do breakup sex, but not in the way that you would think. So breakup sex typically, Belly, would mean what?
Would mean you are only doing it one more last time.
One last time. Let's get one in before we call it a day. Potts.
Have you guys had breakup sex?
Yes. Yeah.
Like, I've had post-breakup sex. I'm not sure I've actually had breakup sex where I'm like, okay, this is consciously like the last time we're going to have sex. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure I've had that, but I've had sex after we've broken up. You know, you go back to familiar territory, which is good.
Yeah, everybody's been with an ex. So you're right. Breakup sex is different than sleeping with an ex in the future. That's true. That's a very good point. You know, I don't know that I've actually had full on, okay, these are the terms, this will be the last one, and we won't call each other for, like, I've never done that. You're right. That's a good point.
I'm not sure I've done it either, honestly.
And you may or may not ever hear from me ever again.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But I did, I do have, okay, I don't know really how to say this without, whatever. There's a friend of mine that I have hooked up with in the past, but it was only once, and it was just one of those times. We've all been there. You're just with a friend, and all of a sudden you're just two comfortable people, and it just happens.
You get her with her guard down. Yeah.
So creepy. Get out of here. She got me with my guard down. That's good timing on the soundboard. And so I noticed that whenever this friend of mine does come over, I'll do a little picking up, you know, Belly's rule of 5 minutes from clean. I will spend that 5 minutes. I will, you know, just clean up wherever I can.
And can I say that's just such a brilliant rule?
Genius.
Like, that's just a life rule that people need to live by.
Very, very good.
5 minute rule.
5 minute rule. Belly, give it to him again one more time.
And always be within 5 minutes of being a clean room.
It's good. You can have a little bit of stuff out there, but if you can't get it clean in 5 minutes, then it's too much. And I like that. That's a really good rule. I'm trying to adapt that as much as I can.
And kind of same for, like, not only for your room, but like for your face, right?
Oh,
like,
okay.
You should be like 5 minutes from like to put together if like Uncle Joe and Auntie Lindsay were stopping by, or, you know, I mean, I'm just using your parents.
Shave in 5
No, that's
Lord
fair.
knows girls never happen to come by, but that's fine.
I'm literally in the middle of a story of a girl coming over I just hooked up with. Get out of here.
And I'm already bashing you. You haven't even finished your story.
That's okay. But yeah, no, you're right. You know, clean shaven a little bit. But anyway, I went through the bathroom. Make sure there's toilet paper out. You know, I got the poopery just in case. You gotta have. I've realized that the females like some sort of spray just in case.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and poopery is showing some like foresight for sure. Like that's like really planning ahead. That's just common courtesy.
And I think it shows a sense of humor, Potts.
Totally. But I mean, I would appreciate it if like hotel bathrooms had that. You know, that I would be stoked.
Awesome.
Well, Belly, you were worried about stinking up the whole apartment. I only smelled it the first day. I was like, wow, he just dropped a deuce.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, gross.
And his room is like...
We went to Expectation. What do you expect?
Raw eggs, baby. Oh, gross. Anyway, so I was going through my 5 minute phase of just kind of picking up. And I noticed that there was toilet paper. There's two... I had one roll of toilet paper on the sink counter within reach of the toilet. And then I also had one on the back of the toilet. 2 full rolls.
Right, the courtesy. Yep.
A courtesy roll.
Yep.
So I'm like, all right, I'm good.
He upgraded.
I'm good. I go in there after this friend of mine leaves. She had taken one of the rolls out of the bag under the sink and put it on the actual toilet paper roll as a third now roll.
Why didn't you have toilet paper already on the roll?
Well, because I had 2 within arm's reach. I didn't think it actually had to be on the roll, but boy, was I wrong.
Why wouldn't it be?
Lesson learned.
Why couldn't she put one of the ones that was already out?
Right.
Another good question. Why do we need a fresh roll? Why can't we use any of the 2 rolls that are already out there?
Maybe she thought it was for decoration. Why would you not have a roll already loaded into the thing?
Listen, you're single and you're on your own. Have you ever just put a roll of toilet paper on the counter of the sink? Like, you don't always put it on the roll. You're telling me you always have a toilet paper roll on the roll?
Absolutely. I always put one roll in the hole and the other one on the back lid, like one to rock, one to stock, for sure.
Wow, he just pulled that out of the air.
That's good.
That was good.
That's a good plan. Mine right now is sitting on top of the roller, but it's because
it's
How
free.
lazy is that?
But,
Well,
yeah, I know,
hold
but
up,
it's
hold up.
free though, right?
There's a good reason. I buy such large rolls.
Oh, it doesn't fit.
That it doesn't fit.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. No, I think that
Charmin
is
quadruple ply. I mean, what is
quadruple ply? Oh my god.
So I
it's
think just in
ultra
case
soft.
anybody didn't know that, just having a roll of toilet paper available, even one in the backup for stock, is not enough. It must be on the roll for her to be comfortable and impressed.
I'm surprised a female felt comfortable even going in your bathroom.
Get the hell out of here. Why do you just sit here? You never even seen my bathroom.
Do you have like
I'm
something to
assuming.
dry your hands with in the bathroom?
Yeah,
Like,
I have I have fun towels and I have real towels. I actually have decorative towels. I have
whoa,
decorative towels. That's true.
Right. Don't ever call
Fun
a towel
towels?
fun towel, please.
Oh, like because Auntie Lynn, like we're cut from the same cloth, so like we have towels that are there for decor. Like,
Thank
do
you.
not wipe your damn hands
Don't
on
you
them,
touch
and
'em.
then like use a functional towels.
Exactly.
I don't
Yeah,
think they
yeah.
want them to be called fun
They're
towels.
the fun
though.
towels. Come on.
Right, they're fun towels.
I bet my bathroom is cleaner than Potts's. I bet that.
No, my bathroom's pretty clean.
Nah, I bet
it's
yours
it's
is
small,
clean.
so it's easy to keep clean.
Well,
but,
here's something
yeah,
I've been doing to get away from toilet humor. I know that's usually the least.
Hold on, real quick. Let me just. Do you have a toilet brush and a plunger next
Yes,
to your toilet?
both of them. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
All right.
Do you have a hamper in your bathroom?
No.
It's been that's been huge for me because I'm really bad at just degrobing and then leaving the clothes on the bathroom floor. And I realized if I just throw a hamper in there, then now everything is just collected. However,
Right.
the top of my hamper is like a thin but very strong wire, so it's
Right.
like a firm rectangle that the entrance to the hamper is. I can put my laptop on it, so now I have like this little shelf that I can sit on the toilet, put my laptop on my my
Hamper.
my
All your
hamper,
emails.
and I can literally I'm like in my office on a dewdrop. It's great. If I'm emailing you, I'm probably dropping a dew.
Oh my god. This is,
Come on, you never get any work done in the bathroom? Let me ask you this. Can you go drop a deuce without your phone? But you can't.
I mean, I don't. I could, but I just because I have Rolling Stone in the bathroom too for like backup. But like, yeah, I mean, I usually have my phone,
Kelly,
obviously,
what is
but
Rolling
like
Stone?
not
Is
my
that a
all-out
magazine?
laptop.
Is that a newspaper? Is that a magazine?
We talked
What are
about.
those?
I have a old collection of magazines as well.
What's your magazine in your bathroom?
I don't have it in the bathroom right now. It's just stored up in my closet.
You guys and your bathroom readers.
But I
get
used to
Rolling
have.
Stone. I haven't paid for it in years, and not only do they keep sending it to me, but they keep following me as I change address. I mean, all the way I think from Virginia.
They're like
But,
sponsoring you.
Yeah, I haven't paid for Rolling Stone in years. I would never like renew a subscription to an actual magazine, and they just keep sending. I mean, I can barely even read it because, I'm always on my phone. I'm always reading news. By the time you get Rolling Stone, you've already read everything that's in it, like through
I mean, that's what I was
Snapchat or
going to
whatever.
ask. The 24-hour news cycle is really what we live with now. So what is
Right.
the relevance of a magazine?
Well, I did. I was a short subscriber to Playboy magazine, and that used to be my reader in the bathroom.
Yep, I was for a while too, but that just seems
Nothing
like,
that can
Well, what's
arouse.
weird is-
you can't have anything that'll arouse. That's the rule.
My other problem was I would love to have. I mean, why not? I don't get why not.
You can't be confusing the two parts of because you got one organ trying to do two things, and now it doesn't know what to do.
But dude, when's the last time you were aroused by a Playboy?
I know,
mean,
it's
honestly, I can even see the naked
to, like-
pictures, and that's not enough to do it anymore.
Well,
Yeah.
Not all of us are approaching the old big 4-0 over there.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you get
desensitized to
jaded
magazines.
and like you build up this like sense of needing more than just some naked chick. I like a little bit more graphic, I guess. But
Well, that's
I mean,
that's interesting. So maybe you get a Hustler for your bathroom. That's just a little Hustler for you. What is the worst magazine you could possibly have? Is it still Hustler?
I mean, I think there's some a little bit worse, but yeah, more or less, that's it.
Yeah, they're probably a little targeted on the titles. All right, quick break. Let's do that. Jesus, we're getting out of all sorts. All right, quick break. I'm having a blast with you guys, and
that was a rough segment,
no,
guys.
No, it was not. That was strong. It was a good, strong start, Felicity. Get out of here. Make sure you tune in to Coping with Myself. When is that coming out?
I don't know. We did some man on the street stuff for it, but we're kind of and the press photos for it, but we're just taking our time figuring
All right.
it
Well,
out.
speaking of man on the street, Maddie Potts and Felicity Heath, who is the sexy ass Australian female voice you hear in our show, they're going to be doing another podcast, Coping with Myself, dealing with mental stability, depression, all kinds of things in that realm, but they went out to do Man on the Street for that, just like they did for us. Potts does this character, Man on the Street, where he goes out and asks a whole bunch of people some random questions. When we get back after the break, we will show you what he did for our One Wheel podcast, which was too silly to air, but we want to have some fun with it here. And so we'll do that next. It's Luch Dog in the morning.
At litmradio.com.
Do you want to learn how to defend yourself efficiently with your handgun? Or use pepper spray with the confidence of real-life training? How about develop an actionable home defense plan? Innovative Defensive Solutions offers realistic personal defense training both in Manassas and Doswell. IDS Training also travels nationwide to host range and classroom locations. Since 2003, IDS Training has been teaching people to improve their safety through contextually accurate and realistic personal defense training, including concealed carry permit courses, pepper spray courses, beginner firearm safety, and of course defensive firearm training. So head over to innovativedefensivesolutions.com or call 571-535-4437 with promo code LUCH, that's LUC, and get 20% off their coursework. You can also find IDS on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter with the handle @IDS Training. Innovative Defensive Solutions, making you safer through realistic firearm training. Real training for real life. InnovativeDefensiveSolutions.com.
What's up, y'all? It's Maddie Mads here. This show is sponsored by TTR Studios. Whether it's weddings, parties, karaoke, audio, video production, and all your entertainment needs, call TTR Studios, LLC at 703-850-2223 or check them out at ttrevents.com. Start the show, Luch.
Welcome back, folks. It is Luch Dog in the morning. Live on YouTube channel TTR Studios. It stands for To The Rescue, in case you guys didn't know. It's right behind me over my shoulder. To The Rescue was my original band name when I was 15. And it's what I've been going with ever since. And in case you guys don't know, the whole reason I came up with the name To The Rescue is because I was playing all the instruments and recording music to a song and multiple songs that I was writing, and I just wanted to write one piece of music that would make somebody feel better, because I think you really connect to music when you're going through a rough time. And I was in high school when I came up with this, and I just remember like feeling, if I can do one song that somebody who's going through a tough time can listen to and relate to and feel better, I'm good for the rest of my life. That's all I need. And then I kind of was like, well, all right, so my music is kind of like, hopefully to the rescue. It's there to help, to make you feel a little bit better, that you're not alone. And then that kind of just stemmed into everything that we do. That's why we do what we do. We want you to smile. We want you to live life on the lighter side of things, because there are a lot of things in the news that can easily get you down. Like, guys, Matty Potts and Belly Matt LaBelle, my two co-hosts. Guys, when I go to the gym, I go on the elliptical. I can't even look up at the goddamn news without getting depressed as fuck.
Well, then you're a weak will.
Come on. You turn on the news and it's like 4-year-old murdered, ran over by a car. Next story. 72-year-old walks out of his retirement home and slams into a bus. It's like, Jesus Christ, I'm just trying to get a run on.
Old people suck anyway.
What? Where is that coming from?
Just old people. I mean, gross.
Just
Come on.
old people.
I
I mean,
love
can
you
we
old
just...
Belly loves you old people. Don't worry.
All right, Belly, do you have the clips of Matty Potts on the street?
Yeah, sure. I'll start with this one.
So we'll do that. Potts, we're going to be rolling through and doing the clips of you a little bit, but we're going to actually show them so the viewers on the live stream can see this as we do them. And while we're queuing it up, Potts, what is it like going out and just asking random people stupid questions that you know they're going to have awkward answers to?
I mean, it sucks. And I didn't take a shot like I normally do. Like normally I'll take a shot of tequila just to loosen up. But,
no, definitely.
This time I was actually I got high, so it was like a little
what?
bit
That's
paranoid.
backwards. No.
Yeah, no.
So, because full disclosure, I gave him a list of like 8 gems of questions to ask, and
No,
he
they
bailed
sucked.
on all of them.
I went over the questions with Felicity, and we agreed they sucked.
So
and
two
would
people
not-
who don't know anything about the topic decided that it was stupid?
Exactly, because everyone we asked would not know about the topic either. Duh. So
But that
like,
was the
there
point.
Was no
So
point.
that, to me, that was the point, to get their reactions of, wait, what? Like, that was what I was going for.
I'll do it your way. I'll go and do all the questions, but like I was just, it felt like super awkward, and then
probably because
that's the point. Yeah, and you have to sit into that awkwardness and really get comfortable in it, and that is something that's really hard to do. So I'm not mad. Believe me, like We're just glad that he's willing to.
Going to get a good reaction from them, but I'll do it. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll go and do it and try and we'll ask them like questions.
Let me
about
show you an
Bodie,
example.
Harrison and.
Well, let me show you an example of a perfect one. Belly, can you pull him up?
What? Oh.
Let's go. I want to look at them. And listen, if you're listening on the podcast, you'll be able to hear all of these. So it's not like we're excluding you.
These are coming from my computer. I just picked the wrong computer.
It's okay. All right, I'm gonna filibuster while you're doing that because I want to play that.
It doesn't want to play that video.
All you got to do is go on your desktop to the Facebook page. There you go. All right. So while he's pulling that up, I think it's best instead of to be inquisitive and journalistic and be like, "So what do you think about this?" Anybody can do that. Potts, what you're great at is getting really funny reactions for people. When he went out, like for example, when he went out and did that whole man on the street and was asking people about random like Tinder, like this. I have this from you.
Okay, if you meet someone on Tinder, I'm going to go with, well, no, because you guys are younger, so, no, okay. No. All right, now, if you meet someone on Tinder, do you expect to, like, bump uglies on the first date?
Bump uglies as in get along?
As in get along. What is wrong with her? Is she crazy? Here's another one.
If you meet a person on Tinder, do you expect to bump uglies on a first date?
No.
No. Have you ever met anyone on Tinder?
No.
Okay.
See, even those are hilarious. Even when she just shuts you down, it's funny to watch somebody shut you down like that. And that's why you can't, not you, anybody, cannot get stoned and then go do something completely out of your element like that. I know I wouldn't be able to do it. Let's see what happens when he goes, oh, Jesus, as he's doing it right now. Remember, he's in California. It's completely legal. We're apparently doing this on the show now, but it's legal. For him.
I mean, I'm doing it on the show.
Yeah, we certainly are away from that. But it's legal out there and medicinal for him. So let's go ahead and hit those.
You got my...
You're up.
Yep. Then I don't know.
Yeah, but it's got...
But hold on.
And it's got a wheel.
Okay. Can we get it there?
You want it
I want it there.
That's why I got to switch it to this computer.
What?
Look at fucking Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here trying to do a radio show.
Produce a real show? I know.
I'm just going to sit here and get high while you guys are figuring out the technical side of
Well, we're trying to show what you did,
on.
but I guess we're not going to be able to do it. So you can just do the sound? You can do the sound. It sounds fun. So I just thought it was funny because when you go out there and you do that, that is the most... That's almost like the equivalent to calling somebody on a prank call, but they can see you. Like, you know that
Right, there's
awkwardness?
nowhere to hide.
Right.
Right.
And that anxiety.
We're going to do more. We'll do more because that was just a practice run, and I'm definitely going to go down to. So what I do is I go down to Hollywood and Highland, which is basically like the Times Square of LA. And there's, tons of people. I went down with Felicity in like the middle of the afternoon. But what I didn't, account for is that there was so much noise. I mean, there were people driving by, pounding music and being all obnoxious. And it was so, a lot of times we had good answers and it got completely drowned out by the outside noise. But I got this cheap little microphone off Amazon for $10 and it works great. It actually picked up, a pretty crazy like quality, right? I mean, we're outside.
It was. I couldn't. You were like, it's really loud. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get this to work. And I listened to him, and I could hear him completely fine. So that was a really good pickup on you.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Did anybody look at you like when you go up to ask him and say, "No, I don't want to do this"?
More than half the people were like, no, because I was asking, especially because I was asking questions for our podcast, Coping with Myself with Felicity, and that question was about sex. And we would say, like, where's the kinkiest place you had sex? Like, really more generic questions, like you were saying, where, like, that's not what I wanted to do. We need to plan it out better.
Yeah, we'll plan it out better.
How many times a week is too much? Well, where's the kinkiest place? Where's, like, the strange, So it was just, that's not what I want. I would like more creative questions.
Right.
Like, even saying, like, have you met a girl on Tinder and bumped uglies? Like, at least that's something where it's a little bit, it's funny and quirky and not, but it's still, you're asking them kind of a private question.
40-year-old man. What's the respectable income for a 40-year-old man?
Say 60 to 70.
Okay, it's good. Yeah. Reasonable.
It's terrible.
Okay, what's a respectable income for a 40-year-old male?
Oh, I don't know. 150?
150. Okay, all right.
Shooting high.
Yeah, we're never going to date, but that's fine.
That's my favorite line of the whole thing. We're never gonna date.
put
So-
that.
Invent, like, invented
Belly,
a
take us to-
snowboard
do we have it?
for the grass. Is that something that sounds cool?
Someone's playing something.
It does sound cool, but personally I wouldn't use it, so I probably wouldn't invest in something.
So this is him just scrolling through. Now
Even
this
if it,
chick.
like made you feel like you could float. That doesn't like with a remote control. You stand
What?
on it and you can float.
All right, so what we're listening to, Belly, hit
okay,
pause.
so now
I
it
can't
does a
hear
little
anything.
bit. I mean, you
That's
literally,
good. All right, so if you can't hear anything,
no,
don't worry
like
about
it
it.
has a wheel and you press like a button.
Can you hear that in playback, Pots?
That sounds fun.
So
I
I
invested
can't
in
hear anything.
Okay.
I still don't
So
know.
then this is
All right, so
a
you
bit
really-
that is
would you
literally
buy it?
dying
Like, you might
as
be
we do
interested.
this. But let's do this. Belly, can you go to the one that's the girl in the red shirt? You just scroll up like 3 or just hit. Yeah, that her. Listen to this one. Pots will be there in
Snowboard
2
that
seconds.
You could ride on the land.
Isn't that just a skateboard?
Well, but like on grass.
That's a good answer. Oh.
So a snowboard.
So a snowboard for the grass. Kind of like a sled then.
Yeah, but it's
You're
got,
standing on it.
and it's got a wheel.
Okay.
It's got a wheel like in between, and you're like standing like that, so it's like you're floating.
All right, get us out of here.
Cool. I would.
Good job.
You would?
I would.
Would you? How much would you buy one for? Like $400?
So $100. So basically, he goes out there and just asks normal questions about something that nobody really knows about. So that's
Right.
literally how it doesn't work.
Awkward transition.
However, we are very excited to plan this out and do this the right way. So what we would like is to crowdsource some ideas. 571-354-7338, or just hop on the live chat. It's easier for me to see it if you text us right now. 571-354-7338. Even if you're listening back when it's not live, send a text. I still see them. What is a good question or a random, just what is a good question for Matty Potts to use on Man on the Street? What would you like him to ask some random person? Doesn't have to be about anything. I don't care. Really doesn't matter. We just want to get some really funny questions to ask random people. So let's
Right,
ask
and these are people
crowd.
from like all over the world. That,
Right.
I mean,
Right, because
that
LA,
are
I mean, you've
flying
got a
in.
very broad variety
Sure.
of people, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So good. All right. So let those come in. 571-354-7338. How many times a day do you beat off? See, we can do better than that. We can do better than that. Texters, damn it. We're better than this.
That's what the fun towels are for,
Yeah,
right?
okay. That's
So
fine.
I say I'm doing like one. How about you guys?
What?
How many times a day do you jerk
Oh,
off?
no, it's not for us. That's for, I'm not even going there.
Well,
I never-
answer it. Why?
No, my
How
parents
many
listen
times
to
a
the show.
day?
A normal amount. However, if you were
Is
to
that
ask that
one?
to, if you were to ask that to people, that would probably be an interesting question.
I get punched in the face. Belly, how many times a day are you good for?
I don't do it every day.
Yeah, there you go.
How many times a week do you do it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Handful.
Very good. Very, very, very good. All right. Very nice. So, what's up with ghosting? You've got a thing here that we've got to get into. What's that about?
Jeez, ghosting. So at first it was something I felt guilty about doing. Now I do it on a pretty regular basis. I just ghosted 2 girls and like
Sounds like he's
didn't
proud
even
of it.
blink. What?
It sounds like you're proud of it.
No, I'm not. I'm proud of it. I've just gotten used to it. So, like, I mean, that's what I'm trying to say is I used to feel bad about it. Now it's like kind of my normal everyday life. But what I've realized is why I don't feel bad is because I noticed girls are also doing it to me equally as much.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, my question is, have you guys, I'm sure, Luch, you've been ghosted, but have you actually ghosted a girl before?
I'm getting tired of the constant narrative that I suck with women. I'm not doing it anymore. So stop it. I'm telling you, I'm done. That's
does
it.
fine with women.
I'm done. I
I'm
do
here for the
not.
scraps.
I am not the guy who cannot get laid. I thought it was funny, so I went down that road, but that is not who I am. And yes,
When's the last time you got laid, Luch?
probably sooner than you.
Sooner than me.
When's the last time?
It's about a week and a half ago.
Sooner than me.
I'm actually right about there, yeah.
I'm
'Cause,
just saying,
yeah.
like, I don't want to be the guy that gets ripped on because I choose to be picky about who I sleep with. It's not that I can't. It's that I'm very picky about it, and I have actually ghosted a lot lately, and I don't like it.
Really?
It makes me feel terrible.
What's the situation? Like, is it the same kind of recurring
You know what
theme
makes
or
me
different?
no? You know what makes me feel awkward is when I start talking to a girl and I'm very excited about it, but nothing's really happened yet. We haven't gone out. We haven't kissed or anything. We've only gone maybe on one date, and then all of a sudden I meet another girl, and she seems great, and maybe even is a little bit closer to where I live. But now I'm stuck. Now it's like, do I start with new girl? Do I keep going with old girl? And I don't like
Why don't
dating
you do
two
the
girls at
same
once.
time? Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't you just do the same time?
I probably wouldn't have the energy to mess with that either, honestly. It's just so much energy. And honestly, when you're starting out, like, I can't remember who's told me what, so I'll say something to a girl with a conversation that I had with a different girl, and then you have to backpedal out of it, which is, honestly, it's for me, it's just a social nightmare, to be honest.
I was talking about that with one of my friends and got crossed up.
Well, it's hard when you're talking to multiple people at once in the beginning stages when you're just sharing all the basic, like, surface level bullshit.
Right.
Everybody's surface level sounds the same, so it's hard to be like, oh, yeah, you said you were going to the Himalayas next week. It's like, no. oh, yeah, that's somebody else. My bad.
On a side note, how funny is it that every dating profile, every girl wants to, like, travel and be a foodie? I'm like, and you must love dogs. Like, seriously, can we get somewhat creative with our profiles, girls? Come on.
Sarcasm is my second language.
I just want to travel the world and eat in Paris. Oh, do you really? Sweet. Get a job, hippie.
That sounds like the equivalent. Belly, that's the equivalent of like, I just want to talk sports all day. From the guy's side.
That's me.
Yeah, but you don't. You do more than that. You actually start a website. You actually write about it. You do something. You don't just like go get a, cosmetology degree, quote unquote degree, and cut hair from a basement.
I do that too.
I have such a problem.
My ex-wife did that, and she still cuts my hair, but that's fine.
Yeah, but that's not all she does. And when she lists on her dating websites, I doubt she lists master cosmetologist.
No, she
Get that hell out of here. Master hairdresser? Like, what is that about?
It's better than saying fashionista. So you were saying you've been ghosting girls. So and I got to say, for the situation you were describing, actually sounds like the perfect ghosting situation where you're like, you just don't want to juggle two girls. You don't want to get into a thing where you have to explain yourself to one of the girls and why you're not calling her back anymore. So you just ghost. And I mean, I've definitely been in that situation. But I guess it's just, is this a millennial thing? Like, what? I mean, it's funny how I was so insulted and now I've become so jaded by it already. I'm not even affected when I ghost or am ghosted because I'm ghosted equally as much. But it seems like this is now part of everyday dating life. Is that right? I mean,
well, I think it's got more to do with it's an obvious. We're obviously all connected very easily. Like, there's no escaping a text message or a phone call or a message on Facebook. There's no escaping that. So now it's come to the point where we've all accepted the fact that we love to ignore each other.
We love attention, and then we love to, like, reject that attention.
Yeah.
Well, or to treat it like it's precious. I kind of get that. Like, this is some me time. I'm not responding right now.
Well, it's devalued the connection, I think. It's like, because we're all, like, every family reunion used to be one of those things before Facebook and things where you're so connected. When you haven't seen someone in a long time, haven't gotten a chance to talk to them, there's so much to talk about. There's so much to know. And then with Facebook and with all the things we share about ourselves online, it just completely devalues that reconnect. And now you're kind of losing that sense where it's important to kind of be excited about meeting up with someone and seeing someone again.
Yeah. No, I think that's a fair point. I mean, everything's so flaky. Yeah, that's a really very insightful point. Everything is really, really flaky. And so then I've actually found, Potts, I don't know about you, but I get really excited when I find a girl who isn't texting me all the time and doesn't expect me to do the same.
Oh God, for sure, for sure.
Because I mean, at first,
I'll tell you guys a story where you can make fun of me. I literally just ghosted a girl. We hung out for over 2 weeks. Didn't even kiss her. Like you
ghosted her? Is this pizza at the club?
Yep, pizza at the club
you
girl,
ghosted her?
pizza at the bar girl.
Oh, no.
I ghosted her. We haven't talked in like 2 days, and we were talking every day for 2 weeks.
Well, you were excited about her.
But what
I was super pumped. She got me back into smoking weed. She was stupid hot, way cool, but like it was like she wanted a smoke buddy and not like I guess a boyfriend. She seemed kind of emotionally unavailable. It took me a while to realize it. So then I just bailed because I'm like, I don't like. It's so annoying. I'm like, all right, later.
Is a long time not to talk to someone, right?
He's saying what constitutes ghosting? Because 2 days isn't.
Literally,
I mean, honestly,
we were talking every day for 2 weeks. 2 days ago, she had FaceTime me. She's big into FaceTime and called me. I didn't reply. I didn't answer. And I have not reached out since. She hasn't reached out. And so I think we both got the picture. So that's good.
An amicable ghosting, if you will.
Accepting.
I think it was like an amicable ghosting for sure. Because she didn't send me the text like saying, "Oh, are you ignoring me?" But like she got the hint real quick.
What do
she
you
was
think would
just like,
happen?
"All right, whatever."
What do you think would happen if you
Huh?
texted her right now? Hey, let's go get a beer.
If I texted her and said, "Do you want to go smoke?" I think she might do it, but I have no idea.
Yeah,
I mean,
see,
I have zero desire to even
tough.
Well, that's the
find
other
out.
thing is talking every day too much because like talking every day is a lot. That's a lot of work.
In these phases of everything starting, I think yes. I do think
Yeah,
yes.
I totally agree. When you're just starting out, I gotta be honest. And there's a certain point where I like to just jump right in and get to a certain
Comfort
like
level?
phase of the relationship. Like I like to get, like, if I'm into a girl, I don't mind texting a little bit every day. I don't mind seeing her every day, assuming that we both have time, because I like just getting into the thick of it and like enjoying it. I don't like the beginning part where you're like, you don't know if you both are still dating other people, and like you're like, hey, you want to hang out tomorrow? And she's like, well, I can't have plans. You're like, oh, well, I like, you don't want to have to schedule yourself around other dates. So I like to get into like a certain zone and then feel each other out, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense.
I hate the surface level bullshit that comes with the first couple weeks of dating because it feels very
Right.
job interviewy. It's very like, this is my best stuff. This is
Right.
my best surface level. I still have a whole lot of stuff under here that you have no idea about. I can't wait to let it out, but if I do it right now, it's going to scare you away because it's just too deep.
right.
And that's boring to me.
The first week is very repetitive, you know, in like every
called
relationship.
drowning.
I like to get through that and get into like what's gonna be unique about our relationship between us two, because that's the fun stuff.
Yeah.
And like this girl that I just ghosted, she took the fun away out of even our first kiss. Like I didn't even care about it anymore because it'd been so long. I'm like, well, what if it sucks? Then I've just been sitting here for 3 weeks waiting to kiss a girl and she doesn't know how to kiss. Or what if I suck at kissing her? I mean, I don't. I'm an awesome kisser.
Yeah, see, you know you got that confidence. Come on now, Matty Potts. And you should be. You
That's
should.
like one of my things.
And
I
that's
have a
what I
great
said. That's
ass.
kind
I'm
of
a good kisser.
That's why I kind of got a little defensive now, because it's kind of become a thing of the show where you like to make fun of me for being awful with women, but that's actually the exact opposite. I just go with it because it's funny. But I'm actually really
I
good.
don't think you're awful. I just think you're the nice guy, and a lot of times the nice guy gets kicked in the balls.
That's true. I have no problem with getting kicked in the balls to remain the nice guy, but when I do find somebody that likes that, a whole other side of me comes out, and then it's like, wait a minute, whoa, who is this guy? And I think
Well, then
women
you're in
like
the
that.
zone. You're like holding the door open. You're like pulling the chair out. I mean, then you're like Casanova, baby. I mean,
Yeah.
but
But he's
even
right.
then, I'm still gonna talk shit.
And I love it. And I love it. I just don't want to be the guy who's painted as the guy who can't get laid on the show. That's all I kind of get a little frustrated with. But it is really, really funny. And we never hold anything back from you guys. I just think that as a radio host, you guys do a radio show every couple times a week with me. And as a host, I
apologize
for not.
Oh.
I don't know what
Sorry.
that was. Clyde is just off today. Anyway, as a radio host, my brain thinks is a certain way when I'm in a conversation, and it's now like every day because of the radio stuff. Is this interesting for the listeners? And when
Right.
that answer is no, I very quickly look to go and change the topic. And
Right.
so if I'm on a date and that thing goes off in my brain, it's very hard for me to stay surface level and not say, okay, cool. So like this texter writes in, by the way, for a question on Man on the Street. How do you wipe? Front or back or back to front?
I actually like that question. See, that's a perfect question to get someone's guard down.
Very
Don't go
good.
towards your front. That's where the goods are.
So wait, I go front to back.
What I was gonna say is I very quickly want to jump into those kind of questions in the dating situation, which I mean not that specifically, but fun stuff like that. Not,
Could you imagine?
so when was the last time you were in a relationship? Cool, why did it
Right,
end?
totally.
All right. It's like, ugh.
Oh, no.
Totally.
Skip all that bull.
I know.
God.
But anyway, let's go with that. How do you wipe? Front to back or back to front? Good job, Texter.
Like I said, not
I mean,
towards the
front
goods.
to back, like a normal person.
Front to back is the way to do it
Could you
and
imagine?
not get. I believe women have to worry about this for yeast
Yeah.
infections. Am I right?
Not just that, just in general sanitary health.
Yeah, back to front makes no sense. It means you're starting from a mess and going to less of a mess.
But there's people that say that's the way. I don't know how you would even.
Some
wipe
people
like
wipe
that.
standing up, Potts. Go figure. Who knows?
Some people wipe standing. Yeah, I do. What are you talking about?
Are you kidding?
You wipe sitting down?
You wipe standing up? All right. See, Texter, first of all, the whole back half of...
You wipe sitting down? What the fuck is going on right now? Am I in the Twilight Zone? I feel like I just jumped into an episode of Black Mirror. What are you talking about?
Texter, this whole back half of this episode is dedicated to you. Thank you for the quality content. What is the matter with you standing up? No, this happens all the time. Somebody realizes that somebody else does it differently, and they go, wait a minute, I do it differently?
How do you wipe front to back sitting down? That's impossible.
You got to get in there.
Yeah, but then doesn't your wrist hit the...
You stand up too?
Yeah, I stand
up. Oh, no!
Standing up is normal, you freak. What are you talking about?
Okay, time out. I have to know. First of all, as a sitter, you lean to one side and you get in there. Now, as a stander-upper...
Oh, my. Wow, what is going on right now?
Well, explain to me. That's how my half of the world does it. What does your half of the world do?
We stand up.
Trust me, you're not alone. It's not most of you. It's not a majority.
You stand up. I'm left-handed, so I take my right hand and I gently, because I have a booty, so I have to spread the cheeks a bit because I do have a booty. So I take my right hand, I spread the right cheek, I just pull it back a bit, just like pull it back, and then I take my left hand. And I wipe. Now, I do a couple wipes like a normal person, but then I also obviously do the follow-up wipe with the baby wipe.
No, we've talked about that. I'm on board with the baby wipes for the last wipe. That's fine. I'm all for it. That's a really cool idea. I didn't know. I thought people did only baby wipes, and I was like, that's a lot.
Would you do a bidet?
No, that's excessive.
I would do a bidet.
Yeah?
I would do a bidet.
With
I'd be all
squirts
for it.
of water?
Yeah, the water fountain toilet, if you will. I would do that, but no, I just can't imagine when you stand up. You would have to do what Potts is saying. In my eyes, I always thought that the cheeks would then go together, and you'd have to pull them apart.
Standing up. For me, it's like as I'm standing up, like I get in there, wipe, and then wipe again, and then baby wipe out.
Wow. All right, texters, do you sit or stand when you wipe? Because now I'm curious. Let's see who wins. Can we put that on the poll? Because that'll actually be a pretty decent poll. We can do that on our YouTube?
Twitters.
Or on our Twitter channel. That's fine. We can do that on Twitter. What is it? @LITM Podcast. Do you sit or stand when wiping?
You're definitely in the minority, Luge.
Oh, absolutely not. No, I think more people sit. Do you guys know about the samurai sit?
The what?
No.
The samurai dewdrop?
I don't understand. The hover? Are you hovering?
Well,
enlighten us.
So a lot of people have realized that it is the wrong way to do by just sitting down on the toilet and dropping a deuce, because when you sit in a very sitting stance and just sitting on a toilet, you have a kink in your intestines.
Oh, you're talking about lifting your legs up.
What you should technically do, now you have to get your pants all the way down to your ankles or off to do this, but you sit on the toilet and then take whichever leg you can do it with and put your foot on top of the other knee. So now you're sitting like cross-legged, but with one knee up.
No, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, you just take one foot, lift it, and put it on the other knee. So now you're sitting completely. You have to sit straight. You kind of have to sit back against the back of the toilet to do that. And it unclenches this kink in the tube, basically, and you get a way, way, way cleaner dewdrop. I'm telling you, there's like no forcing needed. You don't have to try to pinch it off. It just goes.
You're sitting on the toilet with your right foot on your left knee.
Yes.
You've got your wire hamper in front of you with your laptop on front of it.
Yes, accurate.
Then you're on the internet texting us on Facebook Messenger. You're on your phone.
If somebody took over
you're doing the samurai swipe, not even getting up and wiping your ass. That's beyond impressive. I don't even know how that's doing.
No, I'm not out. Give me the bing. Give me the bell. Give me the bell. Yeah. I love this stuff because
if someone could paint a picture from Matty Potts' description of Adam,
I will seriously. No, I will put it right there, right next to the TV.
Put it on the poll.
Put it on the poll. I love this stuff because nobody ever talks about it, and then you realize, wait a minute, am I doing it wrong? Am I doing it right?
Yes.
You got to be kidding me.
And when you shower, do you go top to bottom or bottom to top?
Top to bottom, and the water hits my back. But I also
always.
I mean, I'll move around, but yeah, my home.
I have a handheld shower head. I've just.
Oh no, that's way more work.
What? No.
Yeah.
I'm making sure it's getting all the nooks and crannies.
I don't know, man. I was blown away going back to the beginning of the show. I was blown away that a female would not be okay with me having 2 rolls of toilet paper just because they're not on the roll. She had to take an extra one and put it on the roll just to use it.
Maybe she.
I like that she did that.
I mean, I guess I do too, but I never even thought. I just thought as long as she's got an abundance of rolls, we're good. I mean,
your dollar store rolls of 2-ply.
I balled out. I went with the quadruple Charmin too.
You know why? Because he had to borrow a roll from me, and now he's spoiled.
I did borrow a roll from Belly, and I was like, "Ooh, this is nice. This is caught on my butthole."
It was like wiping your butt with the hand of Jesus.
and I got 4 rolls for $4.
That was good.
And one of my rolls equals 4 of his rolls, basically.
Yeah. All right. That's fine. He sold me. I like it. I like my toilet paper. All right. But I don't put it on the damn roll. I mean, that's ridiculous.
I think that's lazy.
Well, here's the last question since we're doing this today.
Well, if you put it on the roll, is it over or under?
Over.
Under.
Oh, see,
under. Oh my
Potts, you're a mess.
God, dude.
Potts, you're a mess. So you got the toilet paper roll on under. You're sitting there with your clenched intestines, standing up to wipe.
No, because I use a stool. I use a stool, like a squatty potty type deal.
That's the same thing as the samurai. It's the same idea. Yeah. So you use the squatty potty?
No, well, it's a stool. It's not the official squatty potty, but yeah.
That's the same idea. So you don't have to cross the leg then. It's the leg crosses in case you don't have one.
Feet.
The whole point of it is in the olden days, like when we didn't have like toilets, you just used to shit in a hole. And so the way to do it is if you were to just crouch down like a catcher behind home plate, that's how you should drop a deuce. That's technically how the body is designed to drop a deuce.
Right.
And so these squatty potties, the samurai shit, whatever it is, that's your way to do it. Last question, since we're doing disgusting stuff today. How do you know when you're done with the wipe? Do you look or do you feel? Do you just feel it or do you have to look?
You have to look.
Some people don't look.
Well, at the paper?
At the paper. Some people do not look at the paper.
Oh, yeah, no, I definitely, I'll do dry paper, then a baby wipe, then more dry paper to make sure that it's all nice and dry and clean. And I, take my finger and, put it in the paper and, basically stick my finger up. I basically finger bang my butthole just to make sure that it's clean.
So if we have any listeners left who aren't throwing up or just completely disgusted, thank you for enjoying the toilet humor that sometimes pops up on this show. We just...
Excuse our potty mouths.
Sorry, we like to get silly every now and then. It is a morning show. We like to have fun with you.
Good old Morning Dew is what we should call the podcast.
The Morning Dew.
That's what we should change the name of the podcast to The Morning Dew.
Potts, a great job as always, my man. What do you got left for the people?
That's all I got. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, and you can kindly go fuck yourself.
There he goes, ladies and gentlemen. Matty Potts from the Santa Monica newsroom. Thank you, brother. Nicely done, Belly. What else do you have left for the people?
It's what else do I have? I got nothing really. It's nice, good old Wednesday. Enjoy it. We're close to the weekend. Get there.
We're excited. We might do a show on Friday. We might not. There is a chance that we do a rerun on Friday because your boy might be going to the beach. I'm trying to go to the Outer Banks, possibly at the end of the day today. So we will do something with you on Friday. Not exactly sure what it is yet. We'll plan it out, and we'll have something fun to leave a smile on your face for the weekend. Thank you guys for hanging out. For Belly, Matt LaBelle, and Matty Potts and the Santa Monica newsroom. All of us here at TTR Studios, it's Luch Dog in the Morning.
At LITMradio.com.